out for the people because it look like y'all profiting and we're not getting nowhere. That's what it's looking like. Y'all make all this money off of cannabis. You only give it $10 million back to the people who suffered the hardest. 470 million in one state. Then you're kicking out only 10, and then we're going to use that as an example. That's less than 1%. So where the rest of the money going?
Crazy.
The country ain't in that much debt because you just kicked out checks to everybody. Now, let me go ahead and meet y'all halfway on some of this shit because y'all kicked out a lot of money last year for stimulus checks and everything. I'm going to give everybody that. Let's be clear. And I said this before. I ain't mean to divert. I try to behave myself. I ain't even been drinking yet, but I got to do this shit. Last year, we kicked out a whole bunch of damn money for stimulus checks. I want to give the government some credit because every time they told people no when it came to giving money, they want to save it for an emergency. Last year was a bona fide emergency. I'm glad they had it. No bullshit. I'm still getting stimulus checks here and there. They've been timely. I don't care what job you got. That check came in handy for your ass at some point. Because everybody who don't have money, people who do have money, the stuff that they got going on. Well, you ain't got no kid. We going on your leg. But people who are going through something based on the pandemic, whether you was employed or not, so those checks came in handy. I'm gonna give them a little bit of credit for that. So if you're pocketing this money for an emergency, I will give you that. Based on the example of last year alone, I got to give the government just a little bit of credit. If you're borrowing money or if you're pocketing money and you save it for an emergency, I'm good. But right now, shit don't look great. We need an explanation. Straight up. We need an explanation.
But now, and I'm just gonna squeeze it in real quick.
Yes.
If they're gonna do that, I say just be a little more generous. I'm just gonna go right to the chase.
Yeah.
If that's how we're gonna do it, let's do a little more. That's
can I just say one thing?
Because,
can I literally
sure, brother. You can say what
thing?
you need to say. Come on, go for it.
The
man.
first year that cannabis was legal in Colorado, everybody got an income tax check from the cannabis industry.
Yes, they did.
Every single person over 18 in the state of Colorado got a check. Yes.
Wait a minute. Let me cut you off. Eleanor, I'm about to ask you. Can you confirm that? Because you're in Colorado. Can you confirm that?
I didn't, but I
Let me find out.
Did you hear people?
I do know people.
Didn't get the first stimulus check though either. It's
not stimulus check. This is when cannabis first became legal in Colorado. That first year, they said every single person over 18 got, and some people's check was like $80, $90, $100, whatever. But they got a check.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So the story then, and like I said,
I'm looking it up. Hold on a second.
She's there. She is there. That's gonna be a serious.
So it was perfect that she was there. Yeah, it's perfect that she. What's the name? Or was it a certain county or city or something? Like, how does that work?
I'm thinking major city off the rip.
I never got shit.
Was making. I think the state was making $1 million a month off of it, Eleanor.
Huh?
That's heavy cash.
The story I heard was Colorado was making like $1 million a month off of marijuana up there.
And they're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous amounts of money.
Eleanor just wants
I can't even fathom the numbers. I don't
Because she's our official numbers person. When she just said it's just a fucking ton of money, she's just shaking her head like it's a fucking ton of money. God damn it!
These places had people just waiting in line out the door and around the buildings when they first opened. I mean,
right.
Hey, I want to check right now. I'm supporting the marijuana industry.
Right, I know you are. Right.
Facts, and you didn't. Oh, yeah. Well, PA, PA gets no. We don't. PA doesn't. We don't include PA on the stimulus weed kickback list. But big up to PA anyway. God damn it, keep smoking, keep those dispensary lines long, right? So, all right. So check it out. So, for real. So let me ask you guys. All right. Now, personally. Do you I'm not sure how these laws work, right? Is there an age limit on the age? Like for example, is there an age limit for the purchase? Like when you go to the dispensary, Eleanor, is there an age limit? 18 under 21?
From just a dispensary, you have to be 21. You can get your red card, which is the card for medical marijuana in the state of Colorado. You can get your red card at I believe 18 now. It originally was also at 21, but they lowered it for down to 18. And then they can also, if not all, if your kid has certain health problems, they can get a red card, but not all the health problems like an adult can get a red card for can the children get a red card for.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's real shit. And I've been hearing that a lot too. Yeah.
Okay. Copy. Okay. What about out there in Detroit? There's a limit in the spots, brother Shannon.
21. Yeah, 21 customarily. And Michigan has also had laws because they had medical first. There were people under the age of 21 who had medical marijuana cards who could get into dispensaries. And you had juveniles who had them because Michigan is a pretty progressive state where it goes. So people have been using it for medicine for their kids for a while since medical, and I knew some minor children who had medical marijuana cards, but they wouldn't allow them in dispensaries without their parent, but they actually did have cards.
That's what's up, though.
Oh, the parent. Yeah, that's a good idea, though. I think, that's
Where'd the sound go?
I don't know. Somebody got shot.
I thought that was me.
Oh.
Well, where's smoke?
There's fire.
He off his own shit.
It happens. We'll wait.
Well, we can hear each
You
other.
are watching the Smoke No Show.
Wow. Wow. How you gonna shoot a shot on this broadcast?
Well, we can keep the conversation going still.
Oh, it's T-Roy, the first lady of the show, y'all. Everybody hand clap. Yeah. I'm gonna do
we
something.
see you out there with your nose pressed against the window. We're not letting you in.
I do know for me, but I'm sorry I kicked off. I was having issues.
No,
with
go
my
ahead.
computer
I was wondering,
whatever you said. But when I was listening to the discussion, I kind of felt like how you guys were saying about, the quote unquote reparations going back to the communities and stuff. Like, and another problem that I realize when they do stuff like that, they make you fill out applications, which most of these people ain't got time for because they work in 3 jobs sometimes just to make ends meet. So in order for them to get this money back, they gotta go through the system of it's almost impossible to get the money back, even though they said, oh yeah, it's for you guys. So
I'm glad you said that. I forgot about the application process, which people think is
it gets set in the bank and just so I agree with what you guys are saying about that whole thing.
They closed us out of that. They closed us out of that part too, because as freedmen, I mean, I identify as a freedman, Black American, okay, Native, not an immigrant. No disrespect against immigrants, but I'm talking about natives. Native Black Americans have been ostracized because of this plan. Right. Criminalized, demonized, whatever, every kind of motherfucking eyes out there.
Facts.
Now, my thing is, at this point, you saying we needed it originally is like $6,000 for an app fee. Then you had to have about $500,000 in equity collateral sitting somewhere, and it had to have been there for like 36 months. Right. And then they go through that and find out where that money comes from. But you had to have all types of shit. Then you had to have some real estate so you could build on that real estate because you had to own your shit. Black folks didn't have that kind of money nationally. You got some individuals who've done well, been able to get into it. But for the most part, they closed the average Black man right out right there.
Why did I get dropped out? I was just looking at that.
Because I dropped out too.
Yeah, I'm up there. T-Ronnie, you got director control or no?
Let me check. Did you get dropped out? Oh, wait. You
probably did. I was looking, I was counting everything up and said, hold on, something not right. His microphone hasn't come back up at all either. I don't know what happened.
No, he's still in control.
And the whole broadcast, I've been wanting to say hi to Ronnie.
My sisters.
Big ups to Ernest Hill over there. He been rolling with us a lot. Big
and of course,
big ups to Her Story Untold.
Yes.
Big ups to LM7. Big ups to Frida.
And we can't forget Brother Shannon.
Always Brother Shannon's here.
How y'all doing? Happy Sunday to everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So have you guys heard of this this new group? They actually now have a cannabis electoral group now. Did you guys hear of that?
No, I had not.
So there is you have Democrats, you have Republicans, Republicans, you have independents, you have Green Party. There is now a cannabis party. And
they about to take over. They about to take over.
Yeah,
sign
Democrats,
What? I
Republicans,
think first and foremost, they need to change the cannabis group's name to the Green Party.
I was going to say,
Green
we
Party
get
the fuck out of
Green
here.
Party there, right? Like, we get that, right?
I mean, by default,
Green card.
by default, we should get the Green Party.
Yes, yes.
Well, let me ask
Green
you
Party ain't did nothing with the brand.
this.
I mean, goddamn, they ain't did nothing with the brand. Give
If
it
they
up.
were to do something, if they were to give themselves a political title like Democrat or Republican, what else would you name them besides what they had?
The Can Do Party. I don't know. I mean, they do have a name. Let me look this up. What their name is. But they do
no, because then they be calling us Catmandu.
And they are growing.
Stop people from separating into groups. And
so you got the Green Party, you got the Natural Party. We ain't gonna go Libertarian. That's been done.
I don't
Patriotic, that's been done. So Democrats for democracy, Republicans are for the republic. What would the cannabis industry be for?
They can't.
You know, here's the crazy thing.
What?
I never heard of two, but it would be dope. The Growth and Development Party.
The GAD Party.
Yeah.
GAD.
The GAD Party.
I'm not even mad at that.
You got
I
Dems,
think we can
you
do
got
that.
GOP, and then you got
GAD.
GAD.
One of Joseph's brothers in the Bible. The GAD Party.
Well, I let me give you guys, because there's a lot of con as far as cannabis. I mean, and we don't freely talk about it, but what happens to everybody?
I'm here.
I think he's waiting for background smoke. If you can hear me, give T-Ronnie
There you are, guys. There you go.
Smoke back.
I think you smoked a little too much before the show.
Huh?
Yeah. T-Ronnie, she had the ready control. She said
when T-Ronnie came, she came full screen.
Yeah. He might be working.
Yeah, that's on how I lost you guys. I think he's trying to.
I thought you controlled it. You just made yourself go full screen.
Oh, there you go. He did. Okay, here we go. So, do you have everybody on? No.
Yeah, he gave me the director control too. T-Ronnie, you got it though, lady. You were before me on this.
Oh,
there you go.
So nice of you.
Let's see if we can put his audio.
So we got everybody up here. Biggest thing. You can have up to 8. So I don't know if he wants his image up there or not. I would say yes.
That's his image is there. The on live.
The live
air.
one.
We just don't have the audio.
Gotcha.
Okay. There you go. See. Let me see if I can. I'll uninvite him and then I'll invite him again.
He'll pop back up. I would say leave him be.
Okay.
Leave him be. He'll pop back up. He can jump back in on his own broadcast. He just got to go through the studio settings again.
Can you all hear my neighbor's loud ass music through here?
Little bit.
Yes.
Not much.
No, not at all.
Let me know if I mean I can turn my mic off if you need me to. Just let me know.
Oh, it's not that
No,
loud.
you're fine.
I hear
It's
it
not
in the
that bad.
background.
It's loud here. Like,
for the record, nobody's background noise really bothers me. Nobody's outside conversation, but we are all at home. I don't want to hear this shit. Do your thing. I'm just glad
right.
So,
Okay,
let's continue on the conversation about the cannabis. You know, we're talking about the next hashtag is growth and development, and then I've heard that you know gummies are the best way because smoking is the same effect as if you're smoking cigarettes, even though you know it's not about like you're not smoking in as many inhale as you know like tar and all that other stuff. You are doing damage to your respiratory system. How do you guys feel about that?
I have a story about that. When
I want to go last on this.
When I started medical marijuana 2 years ago, I was on oxygen. I could barely walk 5 feet without needing to sit down. Since I've been on medical marijuana, I've lost weight. My quality of life is better. I'm not doped to death on opiates anymore. And you
just feel better overall. Like your body can, You feel like your body can work a bit better or less harder?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have never had a pain medicine before that covered the pain, but I could still function like a normal human being.
Okay. Okay. Brother Shannon, what you have to say? Can you hear?
Yep, I can hear. What was the question again?
You don't need to smoke no more this broadcast. You don't need to smoke no damn more.
That's why I said I wanted to go last. I needed some nutrition because I was not focused. So I wanted to get back focused, but she chose me second instead of last. So give me the question. I'll fire. I'm ready.
It was more along the discussion of whether or not you've heard some negative effects about hashtag growth development as far as smoking marijuana. And like I said, I've heard instances, like I've read reports where, you know, you can get lung disease. And I heard the best way to actually ingest it was through gummies. But Chrissy was saying that she actually felt a lot better with her, as far as respiratory issues, smoking, having inhaled. So do you have an experience like that, or?
I prefer to smoke to achieve the levels I need to get to. I cook with cannabis, so I also prefer that method, obviously, for people to medicate, to find relief, to find joy, to relieve pain, to, achieve, or conquer sleep deprivation. Anything that I do, I want it to work for the person the way it needs to work. Now, with that being said, gummies works really well if you want to try to get into your bloodstream pretty quick because it's soluble. So a lot of people like that way. Some people like cereal bar stuff, with a little bit more solidity to it. Some people like cake-like stuff with brownies. Chocolate. Chocolate is a perfect match. It binds with cannabis really well. So
really, that's good to know. I never knew that.
He's like a chef right now.
Chocolate binds with cannabis. And here's the thing. Chocolate binds with cannabis so much that I'm not putting it out there to say that it's happened with me, but we know chocolate to be an aphrodisiac.
Right.
Chocolate and cannabis can be very heightening. I'm just saying. I'm not saying this shit is Viagra or Cialis, but it's been known to heighten libidos. And speaking with a really high CBD count, which is really to lose the anxiety, so your inhibitions lower. But with the psychoactive of the THC, to be able to start it, a THC in this case is like.
Did he freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
He froze.
He was getting in too, and he was giving us the chef's dynamic. Where'd he go? Hold on. What is going on? We love you, Haps, but Haps, you might be tired tonight. Let me put him back in.
No, it ain't just Haps. Trust me, it ain't just Haps. I'm seeing this on everybody with everything. So he feels he'll come back. I like what he's saying about the cannabis mixing with the chocolate. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I was going to say let Eleanor go next if she wanted to on what you asked.
I know that who is it? The St. Jude's, which is the lung and heart doc, is what their specialty I think is, right? St. Jude's.
St. Jude's? Isn't that the Children's Hospital?
Yes.
No, St. Jude's. The St. Jude's hospitals, aren't they the the freaking, what are they? What
Shriners Hospital?
Huh?
Shriners Hospital, King's Daughters, stuff like that. Shriners Hospitals, St.
Well,
Jude's
yeah, it's the ones that they specialize in the heart, or in lungs.
Cardiologist.
No, it's an actual like network of like I think yeah it doesn't.
We got you. We got
They
you. Go
they
ahead.
came back and said that yes, marijuana smoke is just as harmful as far as like carcinogens and toxins as far as smoking can go.
Yeah.
I know that for someone like myself, I have Crohn's disease, so I don't metabolize THC actually, like the average person does. I just don't when I digest it, I don't get that from it.
Okay.
Because of the way it's just like I don't get a lot of like vitamins and minerals. I just because of the way my body digests food incorrectly, I don't get any of the good effects from like edibles. I like smoking out of personally a water pipe or a water bong.
Okay.
Which filters a lot more out than when
yeah.
they did their research. They did like cigarettes to like joints.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah.
So what about like the tinctures, the ones that you rub on? How do you feel about? Chrissy, have you tried those, like the rub-ons and the creams? Do those work?
Yeah,
as well? Like you feel an effect?
Yeah, within like 5 minutes of it being put on, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with really, really outrageous leg pains, and my dad will come in, and within 5 minutes, it's like good. But of course, for anybody who doesn't know, the ones that you put on the outside of your body, like in the rubs, you don't actually like get a high from them like you do.
Okay, it's just a feeling of, I guess, a disbursement of the pain. It's like, like a regular rub, a menthol rub or something like that.
The reason that I went with smoking is because if I have days where I'm nauseous or I can't eat, then how am I going to get edibles down to, you know what I mean? Right. So that was why I went with smoking.
Okay. Now, how do you guys feel about, I guess, CBD versus the actual THC? Do you mix and match still, or have you just like forget CBD altogether? Because
oh no, CBD is a good mix.
Okay, because I know there's some strains of CBD that are actually as strong as for people who don't want to take the THC. They have CBD strains that are just as potent if you get it from the right dispensary. I'm assuming.
Right. CBD is just it's a THC is full of what are called cannabinoids.
Mm-hmm.
It's THC is a cannabinoid. CBD is a cannabinoid. They're all cannabinoids, and they each do something different for us. The CBD is commonly linked to helping with things like pain, nausea, but they're also finding that in order for that CBD to be really good and active, like for a person, there needs to be just a little bit of THC at least. That helps kick in that cannabinoid receptor in our brain. It's also what they call full spectrum if you get weed. But yeah, they have strains now that they have strains that are very low THC, high CBD. They have ones that are, 50-50. It's all a matter of finding really, I can't see that any one thing is going to be good or bad. It's what works for each individual's brain chemistry, what works for their needs, what they're looking to find out of the use. Also, like you said, like depending on smoking to using like another way, how they're wanting to use it. So it's really cool that there's such just a wide variety, and as it's out more, the more we're learning about it. Right, it's actually being studied now more, and it's exciting to see what is happening and what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Let me ask about the medical conditions. I think the original question was any medical side effects. The biggest one I heard against weed memory loss, killing the brain cells that won't.
You're breaking up, Tony. I can't.
How about now?
Yeah.
How about now?
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The biggest thing that I heard about marijuana was it was killing brain cells, and that was one of the things with memory. I've heard it was a stereotype, but that's the one thing that I've always heard all my life.
It is
to kill your brain cells. You don't get anything. Other than that, you have slower reflexes. Okay, let's be clear. Compared to a lot of other side effects, especially from cigarettes, when I used to smoke cigarettes, I went to smoking cessation class. There were at least 30 different poisons in cigarette filters. Cigarettes isn't the issue as much as the filter is. Now, with the nicotine itself, the nicotine is an inhibitor on your blood vessels. It constricts your blood vessels, which is why they are against it. Even with vaping, vaping has nicotine, which goes against your blood vessels. It restricts your blood flow. With marijuana, those are the only two circumstances that I've heard. So we're gonna have to weigh the options of what the side effects are before we do something. And I think that's where we are right now. Everybody is proposing for marijuana to be legal. You know, we saw it on the video right there. Those stats I don't believe are old. I've been hearing those stats most for about the past 20 years.
The only time pot affects your memory is just sometimes while you're on it, retaining some of the information, but it's not actually doing anything to your brain. It's not.
I know people who smoke it and 3 days later they forgot shit. I'm not.
I know people who drink, you know, years later. You know, I was blackout drunk for a while, and you know, years later I still don't remember it. But there hasn't been any damage from those nights of blacking out drinking.
Right.
It was more of just a side effect of my, you know, being that drunk at the time. It's not actually.
The weed is, I know these jokers can't remember shit, and it'd be funny. You ask them a question, they forgot what you asked them, huh? We were talking about that forever, man. It's funny, but I mean, for the ones with the medical conditions where it's helping and it's been proven to help, I'm all for it. It's been proven to help. I gotta support that.
Yeah.
When I started medical marijuana, they said that mostly they didn't expect like more than a year. It's now been almost 3.
There you go.
What, they didn't expect more than a year for what?
That until my body just gave in. I'm not getting treatment for anything anymore. So it's just kind of like the natural process.
So you're just straight cannabis now?
Yeah. You mean for pain?
Yeah, for pain. Yeah. You don't take any pharmaceuticals now?
I don't. Well, no. The only thing that I take is Lyrica, which is for nerve pain. It's the first medication that was designed specifically to treat nerve pain.
Okay.
I see the commercials for Lyrica all the time. I ain't even make it through the side effects.
Yeah.
I'll keep doing the weed. The hell with it. Lyrica got a long ass list. You know how Cat Williams talking about side effects, man.
Tony, you don't know the side effects from medication.
They all do. I know they do. They do. I'll be sitting there laughing. I see Lyrica and I'm like, oh God, she's got a medication that I heard of.
And they always get to talking like Twister right at the end of the motherfucker.
Okay,
you know, they be talking like Twister and shit. Like, and Lyrica. Like, motherfucker, what you say?
Exactly. Cat Williams killed me when he did that shit.
Like, really, you're gonna take away my nerve pain, but I might be blind and my kidneys
might be blind. You might not be able to have sex. You might not be able to keep it up. You might not.
You gonna shit on yourself uncontrollably.
You might want food all the time, but then you won't want food. You know, like there's always.
Did that.
You may hallucinate.
Okay, you guys. I'm sorry. Ace is I'm going to shut the show down so that he can get back on. So the only way for him to jump back on is for me to close out the show. So if you all, even in the chat, 269, we love you. We appreciate you. But please stand by because we're going to restart this.
Everybody come back, damn it. Like she said, everybody come back.
Invite more.
Turn your notifications on. Sunday Night Smoke coming right back after these messages.
Coming right back after these messages. So go ahead. 30 seconds. Okay. Yes. Ernest, we got 30 seconds. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for your time. And I'm going to hang up right now and we're going to restart.